Hey, how you doing? My name's Tommy. Today I want to talk about. Uh, Today I want to talk about the Libertarian Party. Now, first of all, I want to put this out there. I don't have a problem with the idea of libertarianism. Okay, getting the government out of my business, giving power to the free market, and letting citizens express their God-given rights to free speech and bear arms and so on. These ideas all sound pretty swell to me. In fact, when I first registered to vote, I registered as a libertarian because I wanted to see some change. I was tired of everything being the same no matter who was in office. Okay. When she found out my mom, poor ma, she almost had a heart attack. She said, "Tommy, are you trying to give me a heart attack?" And I said, "No, ma, I just want to see something different." Long story short, my ass ain't registered libertarian no more because the Libertarian Party is a joke. You know, it's funny. The other day when I was brainstorming ideas, thinking about all the specific stuff I wanted to write into this script, it occurred to me that, specifically, I was thinking about, all the times that Spike Cohen made an ass of himself on Twitter, arguing with neckbeards like he lives in his mom's basement. But then I heard who they nominated as their presidential candidate. And man, I don't have to write anything. This shit writes itself. Chase Oliver. This is your guy, Libertarian Party? 60% of you nominated this guy? You people are totally insane. Look, I get it. Liberty is the most important thing to you. Trust me, liberty is important to me too. I said that Pledge of Allegiance every single day in school, and goddammit, I believe in it, and I believe in the foundations of this country. But no matter what it is, yes, even liberty, too much of it can be a bad thing. I hate the government as much as the next guy, but you are absolutely insane if you think it's not a necessary evil, okay? We need rules, we need laws, we need some kind of order as a society, or society collapses, okay? We don't have a society without laws or leaders or borders. Which brings me to the first point of why Chase Oliver is terrible. His border policy. But before I get into that, I want to be fair here. I believe in constructive criticism. So let me start with some of the stuff that Mr. Oliver talks about that I do like. Okay, we'll start with this. He's pro-choice. Okay, I can live with that. I'm pro-choice too, to an extent. He's for the free market. Absolutely, I'm all about that too. Give me some more of that. Let the companies figure out what they need to do on their own. What else? Let's see here. He wants to end aid to Israel and Ukraine. Yes, please, absolutely. I'm all for that. My tax money should be going towards my country. And of course, he's all about gun rights. I can't fault him for that either. Here's the problem, though. This is all generic, cookie-cutter libertarian pandering. Every libertarian believes in this same stuff. Every libertarian would say these things if you asked them about it. That's why when it comes to people like Chase Oliver, you gotta look at him based on the other stuff he supports. The stuff that ain't universal to his party. Like, as I mentioned before, his border policy. Mr. Oliver's border policy is essentially an open border policy. Oliver supports Ellis Island-style immigration, which is basically just rubber stamping whoever shows up and sending them on their way. This man says that anyone should be allowed into our country as long as they're not wanted, sick, and are here to work. That's the extent of his vetting process. You might as well open your front door and put up a sign that says, "Come on in." I mean, to be fair, that's basically what the Biden-Harris administration is doing, and we all know how well that's working out for us here. This is another thing I hate about the Libertarian Party. Okay, they'll scream about property rights and killing trespassers and screech, "Mine, mine, 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 mine," until they're blue in the face. But only when it's their shit on the line. Their neighbors, their community, even their whole country, they don't give a shit. Just don't touch their shit. Don't come on their property. And Chase Oliver here is a perfect example of that. And that makes me want to vomit. As much as it annoys me, as much as that specific thing gets on my nerves, that's not even really the worst thing about Mr. Oliver. This man supports Drag Queen Story Hour. That's right, folks. This man supports perverts who get off on pretending to be women, sitting in front of your children and reading books to them and explaining about and talking about sexuality. Okay? This idiot says, "There's nothing sexual about it." But let me tell you something, okay? Everything about drag is sexual. It's a fetish. These people get off on it. Look, I ain't saying drag queens shouldn't be allowed to do their thing, okay? They can slay all day, queen, okay? But why are they so obsessed with doing it in front of children? Okay, why not the sick? Or the elderly? Why is it always the innocent, impressionable kids? Oh, shoot, did I just answer my own question? Speaking of impressionable kids, Mr. Oliver also thinks transgender kids, doing big air quotes on that one, folks, should be allowed to take puberty blockers and other hormone treatments. I mean, come on, I think that one speaks for itself. That's just vile. That's disgusting. Mr. Oliver is also an Antifa supporter, no surprise there. Libertarians like him are usually just closet anarchists who think they'd be Mad Max if everything went to shit tomorrow, pretending they wouldn't fold under the pressure like a Redditor with no internet connection. And of course, like every sensible, liberty, individualism-minded person, Mr. Oliver is pro-vaccine mandate? That's right, folks. Mr. Oliver believes that your right to bodily autonomy can be trampled at any point, as long as it ain't the government doing it. That's right. These big, faceless companies with even more power than the government, they can do it all they want in Mr. Oliver's perfect world, as long as they ain't doing it under the guise of government. So look, in summary, this isn't even funny anymore, man. I was going to do a totally different topic this week, but I just could not let this slide, okay? Like every year, every single year, without a fail, or every election cycle, whatever it is, I don't care, libertarians will blame their loss on everything else except for them. It's the Uniparty's fault. Or it's because they weren't allowed to debate. Or it's because of yada, yada, yada. Like, no, you morons. The biggest reason the Libertarian Party keeps losing is because the Libertarian Party is a joke. And it's all your own fault. But hey, who cares what I think? I'm just a normal guy.